You already know, dear members of the 50 Views production empire, that I read a lot of books. And when a good friend of mine, Charlie, is suggesting that I make a review of my bookshelf, then I might as well do it. And some of you might think, oh, this is not a green screen. Yes, such a crappy bookshelf can't be a green screen. We can touch this stuff. And this will probably be the biggest size of the bookshelf that I will ever get. Reason being is that I will move to Kindle. One, for financial reasons, it's just cheaper to get the Kindle version. And two, because I'm trying to minimize stuff in my life. This stuff is always taking a lot of time when I'm moving. This is like a huge pain in the ass when I'm moving, and this is still, they're about 120 books or so here. These are not all the books that I've read in my life. I have some books stored like at my mom's house, and some books I simply gave away to friends, colleagues. But these are all the books that I have at my place. So let's just jump right into it. So these are like all the books that I own. Just ignore the trash can here on the left hand side and ignore this like paper things that I use for printing. Okay, I think let's just start down here on the bottom. Started from the bottom, there we go. Okay, this is not what the direct lyrics sound like. So this is just, I had to read this, you see it's really dusty. You need to do this in Switzerland before you get like apprentice in your job. So this is like a Berufsbildner, it's called. These are like all the folders that I got from the Swiss Academy of Fitness and Sports to prepare myself for the different courses that I got. Now if you move here to the left hand side, you will see books about exercise physiology, again anatomy, sport medicine, anatomy trains, and nearly like 95% of these books I've all read. Okay, just like these bad boys, I haven't. These two bad boys are ruining my 50 views reputation. Okay, if you go back down, you see folders on learning how to be better at training, and left here we see folders, books about exercise physiology and all that cool stuff. Now if you go up, it becomes more random, and I didn't took a time out to just manage all these books and put them in the right category, because the truth is I read about a lot of different topics. I think it's important to be well-rounded. You still need to have an expertise in one field, but as you can see here, there are different books of all kinds just on this book staple. Up until Soul Sex. This is like the book my mother gave me.
Oh!
Cool. Or She Comes First. This one. Well, that's also awesome. Wow. Because there's like a saying, inputs equal outputs, okay? The outputs that you give, be it like your job or your results in the gym, derive from your inputs. If you feed yourself crap all the time, as a natural conclusion of that, you will be fat. So if you feed yourself like crappy books and just listen to news that are like crappy and manipulative in its essence, then you will produce bad outputs. But if you instead like feed yourself cool stuff, like different books from different topics, you will become a freaking badass of the 50 Views production empire. Because as you will realize when you go through the multitude of those books, and as this bad boy would tell you, Leonardo da Vinci, that everything connects to everything, okay? If you learn about genetics, naturally this will help you with the science of lifting. If you learn about focus, this also can help you in lifting. And even this book from a man, Jocko Willink, Discipline Equals Freedom, will also help you in lifting. And I don't freaking know why I do have like two books of the Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad and Poor Dad here, but it's a quite cool book. You will also find books from my man Jonathan Goodman, like the highly wealthy online trainer. I'm just pointing at the wrong books. The highly wealthy online trainer book set here, and you will also find the fundamentals of online training for me to be able to coach the people better. This is like an additional certificate that I did just to be able to provide a better service. Again, this is surrounded by other two books when it comes to training. And even if you go back here, there's another book on lifting, Bigger, Leaner, Stronger from Mike Matthews. This is like the first book that I've read, and on front here is like an anatomy book. Again, and there are like things in it because the savage that I am. Naturally, there are some books on veganism, like Veganize Your Life, like How Not to Die, like this is about the ethics of eating animals, and another one here on veganism. But I also like to read biographies about cool people like Alexander the Great, or like interesting people, the John D. Rockefeller, Benjamin Franklin, or my boy Leonardo da Vinci. And have we seen Winston Churchill yet? But because health and fitness is not everything, there are also books on cash. So like this cash course, well, this one we're not talking about, She Comes First, or The Secrets to the Millionaire Mind, just here, Think and Grow Rich, and one book from Warren Buffett, and another book from Robert Kiyosaki, which is like the guide to investing. But there are also books on relationships like Love Actually, 5 Love Languages, and all that other cool stuff. What you might not know is that QG has a special interest in engineering. This is like the second book that I've read on engineering and physics in general, and I just find it fascinating because you learn about the rules that our universe is governed by. Okay guys, this was the video of my 50 views production bookshelf just back there. I think I made a video somewhere in the past about my top 5 or top 7 books. You can find it on my 50 views production channel by simply typing in top books. I think the lesson for you in this video is that while you should be an expert in one particular field, which is the thing that will make you extremely valuable in the job market, at least for the next 10 to 20 years, if there's obviously a demand for it, you should be an expert in one field, but you should still have a knowledge in a multitude of topics, because this will make you the best adaptable to the forces of the environment, if this makes sense. In general, I find curiosity to be extremely important for everything that you do. It's actually the precursor for giving you knowledge in the first place. So just be curious, learn all the stuff that you freaking can, have one expertise, but it's also good to have an arsenal of knowledge at your disposal. If you want to see regular quality content that gets uploaded 3 times per week, yet still only gets 50 views, then subscribe to this channel.